CHSE Odisha Class 12 English Solutions Non-Detailed Chapter 1 The Doctor's Word. Odisha State Board CHSE Odisha Class 12 Invitation to English 2 Solutions Non-Detailed Chapter 1 The Doctor's Word Textbook Exercise Questions and Answers. CHSE Odisha 12th Class English Solutions Non-Detailed Chapter 1 The Doctor's Word. CHSE Odisha Class 12 English The Doctor's Word Textbook Questions and Answers. Unit I Gist. Dr. Raman was a veteran doctor. He was the epitome of truth. Therefore, the patients gave much importance to his opinion. Dr. Raman was averse to giving mere opinion. Instead, he gave his opinion after testing. The patient's life depended on what he said. He was cool in the treatment of his patients. He did not like to assure them saying soothing words. A glimpse of the least sign of hope made Dr. Raman prepare to work. Once he treated his patient, he never looked back. The patients visited Dr. Raman when they were hopeless. They did not come earlier for the sake of paying him visiting fee of 25 rupees. Glossary. On his last legs, weak and likely to collapse, obvious, clear, shirk, avoid, ominous, inauspicious, association, companion, quick, fast, wavering, indecision, to be unable to take decision. Whitewashing, hiding somebody's errors or unpleasant facts, bred, curt, short, dope, hope, glimpsed, saw faintly. Faintest, sign, rolled up his sleeve, prepared to work, stepped, arrived, truthfulness, reason, opinion, valued, much attention is paid, mere, pronounce a verdict, declaring a decision, hung, unduly, agreeable words, pleasant words, arena, withdrew, retreated, rested, took violently from a person's grasp, the prize, here, life of the patient, Yama, Hindu god of departed spirits. Think it out. Question 1. Why did the patients visit Dr. Raman only when they were hopeless? Answer. The patients visited Dr. Raman only when they were in a critical condition. The doctor asked them why they had not come much before. The reasons were not far to seek. The patients were not willing to pay him visiting fee of 25 rupees so early. Besides, they did not feel the necessity of going to the doctor unless they found themselves in a hopeless stage. For them, there was something dangerous to be in the presence of Dr. Raman, because he promptly diagnosed the patient. Question 2. What impression of Dr. Raman do you get from the passage? Answer. Dr. Raman is loyal to his profession in word and spirit. He knows well that a patient's life depends on his words. He diagnoses the patients promptly. He was decisive to the core. He doesn't like to hide anything concerning the patient. Truthfulness is Dr. Raman's forte. His short, sharp response to the patient's condition is a case in point. He sticks to human values. He knows that soothing words cannot save the lives of patients. Dr. Raman doesn't like hide anything from the patients. He waits till his patients recover. Unit 2. Gist. Dr. Raman felt restless when he found his bosom friend Gopal in a critical condition. He walked down the memory lane. 40 years had elapsed. Their friendship had been kept intact. Family and profession hindered their meetings in a great measure. At times they dined together, went to the cinema and shared each other's life and activities. Changing times, circumstances and activities had no effect on their friendship. It was an excellent one. They had no contact for the last 3 months now. The sight of Gopal's son sitting on a bench in the consulting room made him remember his friend. Dr. Raman talked to him and came to know about his friend's illness. Glossary. Soothing, comforting, lies, falsehood, mopped, cleaned, brow, forehead, kerchief, beside, dearest, most intimate, kindergarten days, of course, wrapped, dine, classic friendship, excellent friendship, untouched, circumstances, crowded, got up, youth, shy. Think it out. Question 1. How does the writer describe the friendship between Dr. Raman and Gopal? Answer. The writer says that the friendship between Dr. Raman and Gopal spans 40 years. It goes back to their school days. Family and profession have made their meetings infrequent. At times on a Sunday, Gopal waits patiently for Dr. Raman in the consulting room till the latter is free. They spend the day in dining, going to the cinema and sharing each other's life and activities. Their friendship that still remains untouched by changing times, circumstances and activities is an excellent one. Question 2. How did Dr. Raman come to know about Gopal's illness? Answer. Hectic schedule had led Dr. Raman to forget his friend's failure to call him in for 3 months. This fact occurred to him when he noticed his friend's son sitting on a bench in the consulting room. It was one morning packed with patients. At the time moving to the operation room, Dr. Raman inquired of him about the purpose of visit. At that time he came to know about Gopal's illness. Unit 3. Gist. Dr. Raman was awfully busy, because it was an operation day. Then the doctor immediately went to his friend's home and saw Gopal lying in bed. The doctor asked his wife many questions concerning his illness. Dr. Raman wished Gopal's wife had summoned him earlier. A doctor nearby was treating him. Gopal's family did not contact Dr. Raman, because they did not want to disturb him unnecessarily. They felt miserable. Dr. Raman started treating his friend without wasting time. He injected Gopal in the presence of the latter's family members. Dr. Raman sat back in his waiting for the result. Loss of midday meal made him hungry. He went out for his lunch and came back soon. Dr. Raman apprised his friend's wife of the necessity of operation and sought their son's assistance. Gopal's wife felt dizzy. Glossary, rushed off, /lay, as if in sleep, trouble, apologetic, miserable, sad, took off, removed, sizzled, boiled, sterilizer, shot in, on any account, giddy, dizzy. Sank down, drug, medicine, essayed, tried, snapped, gleamed, perspiration, sweat, eyelids, timidly, fatigue, tiredness, famished, hungry, midday meal, bear, tolerate, strain. Think it out. Question 1. Why didn't Gopal's wife call for Dr. Raman earlier? Answer. Dr. Raman went to his friend's house, because the latter was critically ill. He found Gopal lying in bed. Skillful doctor as he was, Dr. Raman calmly inquired of his wife about his friend's treatment. He learned that a doctor nearby had been treating her husband. He asked her why she didn't call him earlier. She failed to do so, lest he should be busy, and so they did not want to bother him unnecessarily. They were sorry about not summoning him earlier. They felt extremely unhappy. Question 2. What steps did the doctor take to save his friend from death? Answer. Dr. Raman was smart in the diagnosis of his friend and treated him instantly. He opened his bag and took out an injection tube. The needle sizzled over the stove. He injected the drug into the patient. After watching him for some time, Dr. Raman decided to perform an operation and performed the same. These were the steps the doctor took to save his friend from death. Unit 4. Gist. It was about 8 in the evening. The doctor's assistant was beside himself with joy to see the patient's positive response to the treatment. The doctor was worried about his pulse. He advised his assistant to have a clean watch over the patient. The doctor found that the patient's condition had improved a little. He was in a condition to eat a little food. The family members heaved a sigh of relief. They were full of joy. They expressed their deep gratitude to Dr. Raman, who looked fixedly at the patient. Instead of responding to the concern of the patient's wife, the doctor instructed her to give her husband glucose and brandy every 40 minutes. The wife wanted to know if he was out of danger. The doctor's silence steeled her to elicit the truth from him. Suspense mounted. The patient's wife could not bear it. She requested Dr. Raman to apprise her of what was happening, but he did not tell her about the seriousness of the patient's condition. A bitter weeping broke the silence of the house. The patient looked in confusion. Dr. Raman was as calm as ever. Glossary, stirred, moved, slightly, a little, overjoyed, exclaimed, enthusiastically, pull through, recover from illness, whispered, said in a low voice, pulse, trust, flash up, a sudden ray of hope, ruminated, keep up, maintain, relief, swarmed, poured out, gratitude, felt restless. Evasive, avoiding a straight, honest answer, unbearable, beckoned, called somebody by a movement of the hand, excited, terror, clasped hands, implored, requested, terrible, wailing, bitter weeping, still, bewilderment, confusion, securely, shut off. Think it out. Question 1. What was Dr. Rahman's reaction when his assistant said, "Sir, he will pull through"? Answer. When his assistant said, "Sir, he will pull through," the doctor reacted in an unenthusiastic fashion. The doctor was apprehensive of the patient's recovery from terrible heart attack. Despite an improvement in pulse rate, the patient was not out of danger. In the doctor's opinion, it was a sign of false recovery. He pondered for a while on his friend's condition. Uncertainty still lingered in Dr. Rahman's mind. Question 2. What was Dr. Rahman's response when Gopal's wife asked about his condition? Answer. Gopal's wife asked Dr. Rahman if her husband was out of danger. The doctor's response to it was usually calm. He advised her to give Gopal glucose and brandy every 40 minutes. Gopal's wife felt restless. She could not bear the suspense. She again inquired of the doctor about her husband's present condition. He instructed her not to get excited. The doctor was not ready to respond to her query. He was averse to tell the bitter truth. Unit V. Gist: Gopal was in a dying state. His mental condition was getting from bad to worse. He kept asking Dr. Rahman if he was going to survive. The doctor knew how serious his friend's condition was. He was feared for his frankness. Dr. Rahman advised not to tire himself, but the former's advice fell flat. Gopal was anxious about signing the will. Dr. Rahman wanted him to go away without answering the question. The patient held his waist and expressed his unflinching trust in his word. Gopal requested a truthful prognosis in order to settle his will and avoid endless misery for his wife and children that an unsettled will would entail, realistic eventuality with which Dr. Rahman concerned. Yet if the doctor revealed his pessimistic opinion, that Gopal would not survive that night, then it would virtually signify a death sentence and put an end to the slimmest chance of the patient's survival. Dr. Rahman did a piece of acting and assured his friend and patient that he would live. Gopal accepted his words with gratitude. Glossary: resumed his seat, exert, tire, whitewash, attached, here, gave, value, stole a look, motioned, last, survive, witness idiotic, foolish, drop, clutched, wrist, unsettle, endless, reflected, thought deeply, midnight wool, felt the pulse, agitated. Deprecating, expressing disapproval, mess, virtually, death sentence, survival, got down, appealingly, damned, simulate, conceal. Hide, judgment, / stooped over, deliberate, intentional, emphasis, stress, absolutely, glow, suffused, spread slowly over, soundly. Think it out. Question 1. Why did Gopal ask Dr. Rahman, "Am I going?" What was he anxious about? Answer. Dr. Rahman found his friend and patient in a critical condition. The latter's wife was crying. The doctor felt his pulse and remained silent. The patient's anxiety soared. He movingly appealed to the doctor not to avoid anything from him. Dr. Rahman still remained unmoved. Gopal was determined to know how long he was going to survive. He was anxious about signing the will which was ready. Question 2. Was Dr. Rahman upset at this question? Give your reasons. Answer. Gopal's question, "Am I going?" upset Dr. Rahman, but he never gave vent to his concern for his friend's condition. This was the most precarious situation he had ever faced in his life. By nature, he was a realist to the core. He knew that he was a doctor, on whose word the life of a patient depended. He did a piece of acting before his friend. Question 3. Why did Dr. Rahman decide to tell a lie? Answer. Gopal insisted Dr. Rahman on telling the truth about his condition. He was keen in signing the will that had already been prepared. Gopal was very sick, dying in Dr. Rahman's judgment, and requested a truthful prognosis to settle his will and avoid the never-ending misery for his wife and children that an unsettled will would entail. If the doctor would reveal his critical opinion, Gopal would not survive that night, then it would virtually signify a death sentence and put an end to the slimmest chance of the patient's survival. Therefore, Dr. Raman decided to tell a lie. Question 4. How did he answer Gopalji's question? Answer: Dr. Raman could not remain silent in the face of Gopal's question how long he was going to survive. His patient and friend was bent on signing the will before his death. Dr. Raman did a piece of acting and assured him that he was improving every second. He advised Gopal to sleep in peace and avoid exertion. In other words, the doctor assured him of his survival. Question 5. How did Gopal accept Dr. Raman's words? Answer: Dr. Raman assured his patient of recovery. He said again that his friend's heart was completely fine. Gopal accepted Dr. Raman's words with great trust and hope. His statement, "If it comes from your lips it must be true," is a case in point. There was a ring of relief about Gopal's tone. He was a picture of gratitude. He slept in peace. Unit 6. Gist: a patient's life hangs on a doctor's word. It was true in case of Dr. Raman. The way he handled the serious condition of his friend was a case in point. He was smart. He was calm. He instructed his assistant to attend the patient with a tube and give it, in case of any eventuality. Nothing happened. The patient recovered satisfactorily. Dr. Raman had a last check. Then he informed the sick man's wife about his brilliant heart. His friend would live till 90. The doctor was sure of it. His friend had passed the most critical phase in heart attack. His survival would be a source of constant puzzle to Dr. Raman. Glossary: for a moment, collapse tube, struggle, made a dash, awake, bet on it, turned the comer, puzzle. Think it out. Question 1. Did Dr. Raman believe that his patient would recover that night? Why do you think so? Answer: Dr. Raman did not believe that his patient would recover that night. He expressed his pessimistic opinion to his assistant. His statement, "You might expect the collapse any second now," is a case in point. Dr. Raman instructed his assistant to hurry to the patient with a tube and give it in case of any eventuality. Question 2. Don't look so unhappy, lady. Why does Dr. Raman say so? Answer: Raman says so to his friend Gopal's wife when Dr. Raman sees her husband in a state of miraculous recovery from a serious heart attack. The patient was conscious and looked extremely fine. The assistant informed the doctor about his satisfactory pulse. Putting the tube at the patient's heart, he lends his ears to it for a while and pronounces the final judgment to his wife with assurance: "Don't look so unhappy, lady. Her husband will survive till 90. He has stood the critical state of attack." Question 3. Does human life hang on a doctor's word? Give a reasoned answer. Answer: yes, human life hangs on a doctor's word. The way Dr. Raman saved his friend, Gopal, from the verge of death splendidly exemplifies this point. CHSE Odisha Class 12 English: The Doctor's Word. Important questions and answers. Multiple choice questions, MCQs, with answers. Question 1. People came to him when the patient was on his last legs. The underlined expression means underscore underscore underscore. A. Lame. B. About to be lame. C. Amputated. D. In a critical condition. Answer: D. In a critical condition. Question 2. That the time had come to call in Raman. The underlined expression means underscore underscore underscore. A. Summon. B. Appeal. C. Visit. D. All of the above. Answer: A. Summon. Question 3. Long years of practice of this kind had bred in the doctor a certain curt truthfulness. The underlined expression means underscore underscore underscore. A. A sort of diplomacy. B. Blunt truthfulness. C. Boundless truthfulness. D. Completely tactical. Answer: B. Blunt truthfulness. Question 4. The patient's life hung on his word. The underlined expression means underscore underscore underscore. A. Completely depended. B. Demanded. C. Hanged. D. None of these. Answer: A. Completely depended. Question 5. When he glimpsed the faintest sign of hope, he rolled up his sleeve. The underlined expression means underscore underscore underscore. A. Consulted. B. Slept. C. Prepared to do his duty. D. None of these. Answer, C. Prepared to do his duty. Question 6. As a doctor, Raman was underscore underscore underscore. A. One of the equals. B. A man with a difference. C. Somewhat fine. D. Held in high esteem. Answer, B. A man with a difference. Question 7. Dr. Raman was underscore underscore underscore. A. Firmly decisive. B. Moody. C. Bitter. D. All of the above. Answer, A. Firmly decisive. Question 8. Dr. Raman's friendship with Gopal goes back to underscore underscore underscore. A. Their school days. B. Their nursery school days. C. More than 40 years. D. All of these. Answer, B. Their nursery school days. Question 9. Their friendship was underscore underscore underscore. A. Excellent. B. Good. C. Very good. D. Strange. Answer, A. Excellent. Question 10. Which of the following statements is false? A. Dr. Raman and Gopal were close friends. B. Their friendship had stood the test of time. C. Dr. Raman and Gopal never took dinner together. D. Their discussion was wide-ranging. Answer, C. Dr. Raman and Gopal never took dinner together. Question 11. Dr. Raman was underscore underscore underscore. A. Very punctual. B. Versatile. C. Very busy. D. Quite uncommon. Answer, C. Very busy. Question 12. Gopal's son was underscore underscore underscore. A. Reticent. B. Bold. C. Nervous. D. Both. A and C. Answer, D. Both. A and C. Question 13. Gopal has been confined to bed since underscore underscore underscore. A. 46 days. B. More than 2 months. C. A month and a half. D. Long. Answer, C. A month and a half. Question 14. The person to treat Gopal first was underscore underscore underscore. A. Dr. Raman. B. A friend of Gopal's wife. C. Gopal's brother. D. An unknown doctor. Answer, D. An unknown doctor. Question 15. Dr. Raman started his friend's treatment underscore underscore underscore. A. After a careful thought. B. Enthusiastically. C. Bravely. D. Promptly. Answer, D. Promptly. Question 16. The word famished means underscore underscore underscore. A. Tired. B. Enthused. C. Excited. D. Hungry. Answer, D. Hungry. Question 17. What made Gopal's wife unbearable was underscore underscore underscore. A. Gopal's critical illness. B. Dr. Raman's evasive reply to Gopal's wife. C. The doctor's hunger. D. His gaze on Gopal. Answer, B. Dr. Raman's evasive reply to Gopal's wife. Question 18. Sir, he will pull through. What does the underlined expression mean? A. Forget. B. Improve. C. Recover. D. Pass away. Answer, B. Improve. Question 19. Gopal's slight recovery filled his family with underscore underscore underscore. A. Relief. B. Delight. C. Gratitude to the doctor. D. All the above. Answer, D. All the above. Question 20. The sick man's wife asked, is he out of danger? This indicates his wife's A. Stress. B. Nervousness. C. Restlessness. D. None of these. Answer, C. Restlessness. Question 21. To know Gopal's latest condition was his wife's underscore underscore underscore. A. Keen determination. B. Hope. C. Wish. D. Interest. Answer, A. Keen determination. Question 22. The bitter weeping of Gopal's wife made Dr. Raman _____. A. Anxious. B. Vexed. C. Impatient. D. Confused. Answer, D. Confused. Question 23. The doctor advised the patient to _____. A. Sleep. B. Sit. C. Relax. D. Get up. Answer, C. Relax. Question 24. Am I going? This means _____. A. Leaving. B. Interested to go to his house. C. Visiting. D. Facing death. Answer, D. Facing death. Question 25. The patient was _____. A. Desperate. B. Impatient. C. Panicky. D. None of these. Answer, A. Desperate. Question 26. It was not in his nature to whitewash. The underlined word means, A. Rubbing. B. Cleaning. C. Not to tell a lie. D. Bluff. Answer, C. Not to tell a lie. Question 27. Gopal appealed to his friend to _____. A. Cure him. B. Save his family's future. C. Tell the truth. D. Call in his wife. Answer, B. Save his family's future. Question 28. He knew too well the family affairs and about those wolves. This means _____. A. Wild animals. B. Selfish persons. C. Ruthless people. D. Antisocial elements. Answer, D. Antisocial elements. Question 29. Dr. Raman's act of telling the truth implies his A. Commitment to truth. B. Courage. C. Friend's speedy recovery. D. Friend's death. Answer, D. Friend's death. Question 30. Dr. Raman resorts to deliberate falsehood _____. A. For the sake of his friend. B. Without any delay. C. For nothing. D. None of these. Answer, A. For the sake of his friend. Question 31. What does on one's last legs mean? A. Very sick. B. Weak and about to die. C. Not in one's good health. D. All of the above. Answer, B. Weak and about to die. Question 32. When did people come to Dr. Raman? A. When the patient was very sick. B. When the patient had almost no hope. C. When the patient collapsed. D. When the patient had recovered a little. Answer, B. When the patient had almost no hope. Question 33. Why did Dr. Raman often burst out when he found the patient in his last breath? A. Why wasn't he brought to him earlier? B. Why was he taken to another doctor? C. Why had the family members treated him wrong? D. Why was his condition so serious? Answer, A. Why wasn't he brought to him earlier? Question 34. What was Dr. Raman's visiting fee? A. 20 rupees. B. 25 rupees. C. 30 rupees. D. 35 rupees. Answer, B. 25 rupees. Question 35. What fact did people like to avoid? A. That the patient had less hope. B. That the visiting fees of Dr. Raman was high. C. That Dr. Raman means death sentence. D. That the patient couldn't be saved no matter what. Answer, A. That the patient had less hope. Question 36. The patient's relatives always tried to avoid calling in Dr. Raman. For them there was something _____ in the very association. A. Serious. B. Unnecessary. C. Threatening. D. Shirking. Answer, C. Threatening. Question 37. So, when the big man came on the scene it was always _____. A. The last moment. B. Critical for the patient. C. A quick decision to make. D. Late. Answer, C. A quick decision to make. Question 38. What has long years of practice bred in the doctor? A. Experience to save lives. B. A certain manner of rudeness. C. A certain degree of kindness. D. A certain curt of truthfulness. Answer, D. A certain curt of truthfulness. Question 39. Why was the doctor's opinion valued? A. For his experience. B. For his kindness. C. For him truthfulness. D. For his expertise. Answer, C. For him truthfulness. Question 40. Dr. Rahman was not a mere doctor expressing an opinion but /an _____. A. Judge pronouncing a verdict. B. Kind man helping patients. C. Expert saving lives. D. Experienced consultant. Answer, A. Judge pronouncing a verdict. Question 41. What did the patient's life hang on? A. Dr. Rahman's experience. B. Dr. Rahman's treatment. C. Dr. Rahman's words. D. Dr. Rahman's kindness. Answer, C. Dr. Rahman's words. Question 42. What did Dr. Rahman never believe? A. True words can save life. B. Mere words can save life. C. Agreeable words can save life. D. God's will can save life. Answer, C. Agreeable words can save life. Question 43. Why did Dr. Rahman think that it was not any of his business to provide unnecessary hope to the patients and their family? A. Because they would ultimately know the truth in few hours. B. Because it was none of his business. C. Because he was not that kind-hearted. D. Because it was not his duty to give people hope. Answer, A. Because they would ultimately know the truth in few hours. Question 44. What would Dr. Rahman do if he glimpsed the faintest sign of hope? A. Pause all other works and perform operation. B. Do whatever he could to save the patient. C. Give hope to the patient and his family. D. Prepare to fight with death. Answer, B. Do whatever he could to save the patient. Introducing the author. R.K. Narayan, 1906–2001, is perhaps the most well-known Indian writer in English. Born in Madras, Narayan was educated in Mysore. He started writing in the 1930s. His writing is set in an imaginary town called Malgudi, and South Indian family life has seldom been so realistically portrayed as in his novels and short stories. Some of his famous works are Swami and Friends, The Man-Eater of Malgudi, The Bachelor of Arts, Mr. Sampathy, The Astrologer's Day, Waiting for the Mahatma, etc. His novel The Guide was selected for the Sahitya Akademi Award. Narayan has written a good number of short stories which are noted for their humor, pathos and mild satire. His style is simple and lucid. Walsh aptly remarks, Narayan's fastidious art, blending exact realism, poetic myth, sadness, perception, and gaiety are without precedent in literature in English and, as far as one can see, without following. It is kind, but unsentimental, mocking but uncynical, profoundly Indian but distinctively individual. It fascinates by reason of the substantial human nature which it implies and embodies. It carries along with it at every point, a kind of humor strange in English writing which mixes the melancholy and the amusing. About the story. A doctor saves lives both with his skill and with his words. Soothing words of a doctor work wonders for a patient in a critical condition. Dr. Rahman, a fictitious physician in the imaginary story, is a classic example. South Indian city of Malgudi is the microcosm for many of Narayan's stories. He is renowned for his diagnostic acumen and certain curt truthfulness. For that very reason his opinion is valued. He is not a mere doctor expressing an opinion but a judge pronouncing a verdict. When Dr. Rahman is called upon to make a house call and subsequent operation on his dearest friend, Gopal, he faces a very difficult professional ethical dilemma. This story adroitly tackles truthfulness. This story's concern is not only with professional ethics but also with the tension that often arrives when personal ethics and professional ethics intersect and conflict, since it is clear that Dr. Rahman violates his usual practice of truth-telling in the interest of his friendship. It is also a commentary on paternalism, Dr. Raman tells the patient's wife and patient only what he wants them to hear, since the truth as he perceives would be damaging to the patient's outcome, a much censured notion known as therapeutic privilege. This story demonstrates the economy and grace with which expertly wrought fiction can capture and present for discussion important issues in medical ethics. Summary. In the beginning, the writer, in his characteristic humorous vein, states that the patients visit Dr. Raman when they are hopeless, because of the latter's visiting fee 25 rupees. He has long years of practice behind him. Dr. Raman is renowned for his diagnostic acumen and certain curt truthfulness. As a result, his opinion is given great importance. He is not a doctor in an ordinary sense. Dr. Raman is like a sort of judge who delivers a judgment. He saves life with his skill and never likes to say agreeable words. It is because the patient's will to survive is what matters. Dr. Raman is keen on saving the lives of his patients when he sees the slightest ray of hope. The writer describes the long-standing relationship between Dr. Raman and Gopal. The doctor comes to know about his friend's illness from the latter's son. He is called upon to visit Gopal's house. The doctor finds his friend and patient in a critical condition. He learns that a doctor in the next street, a physician Raman does not know, is treating the patient. Without wasting time, he administers an injection to his patient. He does not respond to the query of Gopak's wife. He minutely observes his patient who still remains motionless. He feels worried when he finds his bosom friend in a critical condition, but not hopeless. Skillful doctor as he is, Dr. Raman remains calm in an adverse situation like this. He performs an operation on his dearest friend Gopal. Evening sets in. Raman's assistant's joy knows no limit when he sees the patient in a better condition. He is enthusiastic about the patient's recovery. The doctor gives his assistant a cold response. Although Gopal's pulse has improved, this is not enough. He suffers from serious heart attack. Dr. Raman knows that the night is crucial for his patient. He sits beside the latter and notices a slight improvement in his condition. Now the patient is in a state to take a little food. The household heaves a sigh of great relief. Everybody is happy. Overwhelmed with emotion, the family members profusely express their gratitude to the doctor. However, Raman sits silently, intensely looking at the patient's face. He is heedless of their words. The doctor's reaction is evasive. When the wife asks him about her patient's condition, he remains silent, but she is determined to know the truth. Her patience runs out. She cannot bear the suspense anymore. The wife is anxious to know about the condition of her husband. She requests him to tell the truth. The doctor expresses his inability to talk to her at the moment. His silence on the matter makes her weep bitterly. The patient looks in confusion. Gopal is very sick. He requests the doctor not to hide the truth. He is anxious about signing the will. The doctor's effort to calm him goes in vain. Gopal requests truthful prognosis in order to settle his will and get rid of the never-ending misery for his wife and children that an unsettled will would entail. The doctor is aware of this realistic eventuality. Dr. Raman faces a very difficult professional dilemma. He swims between personal ethics and professional ethics. If he reveals his pessimistic opinion, which he does to his assistant, Gopal will not survive the night, then it will virtually imply a death sentence. The inevitable will happen. His frankness will put an end to the slightest chance of the patient's survival. Dr. Raman violates his usual practice of truth-telling in the interest of his 40-year-old friendship. He does a piece of acting and assures his friend and patient that he will survive. Gopal expresses his unflinching trust in the doctor's statement. His words, "If it comes from your lips, it must be true," is a case in point. Gopal lives and Dr. Raman remarks to his assistant, "How he has survived this attack will be a puzzle to me all life."